Alright, today we're going to be reviewing Naruto Chapter 625, A Real Dream. Now, in this chapter, it's at the point where Madara's become evil, per se, and it's really starting to go down the road with the end of Hiroshima and Madara's relationship. You see in this one that it's just building up towards that final fight.
Yeah, even then, you still see Hiroshima trying to be a nice guy, even though he kind of knows in the back of his mind that he's probably going to have to fight, Madara, but he's still trying to be his friend, being like, Madara, please, let me help you, I'm your friend, and Madara's like, no, I'm evil now, piss off!
Madara, I really like his character, but God, he's just so stubborn and he's very arrogant, and he just needs to let go of this shit and move on.
I agree, man. He keeps...
Hiroshima keeps offering, hey, man, we have a solution out of this. We can work together. You see your clans, wanting this treaty. We're making the village. I mean, it's time to get over this shit and move on.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that his, brothers got all massacred right in front of his eyes, and
Yeah.
he's upset about that, and that's understandable, really. But he's not moving on. He's just holding on to that, and that's gonna do him way more harm than good. And, Hiroshima's trying to, offer him a way out, and he doesn't want it.
He keeps pushing it away, but let's move on to another subject about the chapter.
Okay.
Well, with the beginning of the chapter, last week it was very anticlimactic. You knew Hiroshima wasn't gonna die. You knew he wasn't gonna kill his brother. So the setup was just very poor. There was no suspense. And then, even in the beginning of the chapter where they try to kind of throw a curveball at you and have Madara stop Hiroshima from killing himself, I mean, you knew someone was going to do that, or he wasn't going to do it, or Madara's going to tell him, hey, man, chill out. You don't need to do that. So, I mean, that part really just very poor, but they did move it along very nicely.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you agree that the chapter was very short too?
Yeah, I agree. The one complaint that I have on that end, though, is that they could have used that time to build up the tension between Madara and Hiroshima a little bit more. Like, they really could have really built that up. And I just feel like it was rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that to me was a little bit disappointing. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of the development. Like, I would have liked to have seen how much this is actually hurting them inside.
When they were children, I mean, they did rush that. They could have made it a little bit longer to kind of really build up the emotional bond between them.
Yeah.
But I think that maybe next week or the week after that, the flashbacks may be over with.
Yeah, and we may start to see these two actually get into it, like seriously fight each other. Because right now we're just getting, smack talk. We're getting Hiroshima saying, Madara, please let me help you. And Madara being like, no! I'll be your friend. Piss off! Alright, fine, asshole. And I think next week we're gonna start seeing a little bit more of,
like I said earlier, I think it's getting to that final fight, and I really want to see what happens after that fight. I want to see how Madara, picks himself up and see where that goes from there.
Yeah.
And then another thing is, I mean, this whole thing's a story that the first is telling Sasuke. I want to see how Sasuke is going to react to this story. Is he going to continue to follow Madara's path? Or is he going to be like, wait a minute, what the fuck have I been doing with my life?
It's like, whoa, wait a minute. I saw how this ended up last time. Do I really want to do that again?
So it's going to be interesting. And then even the interaction between the Edo Madara and Edo Hiroshima. I mean, it's going to be kind of cool. See how it goes. And, it would be kind of nice to see Madara, kind of go back towards the light. But, I mean, everything's not Disney.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Madara's just too far gone at this point. He's really beyond salvation.
But what would that mean for Sasuke, though? Sasuke, I mean, he's done some pretty out there things like Madara.
Yeah,
he may have redemption.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sasuke might still have a chance.
Yeah.
But
Madara, I do agree. He kind of suffered more than Sasuke.
Yeah, but Sasuke, he may have more of a chance at,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, really.
Well, with this chapter, I mean, it was an average chapter.
Yeah.
3 out of 5.
Yeah. Like I said, for what it was pretty good, but there were some areas that could have been worked on, a little bit more. Maybe would have made it a little bit better. But as is, it's alright.
Alright, this has been Tuesday Talk Reviews.